So this was a recent Instagram post from Outside Magazine about the New Hampshire Department of Fish and Game's post concerning a hiker that was rescued on Mount Washington. The hiker made several poor decisions, pushed on when other teams turned around, and the New Hampshire Department of Fish and Game called him out on this, shamed him, said, why do people with an experience continue to do this kind of thing? And the title of this piece, as you can see, is Should SAR Teams Convince Hikers with Kindness or Shame Them into Safety? The individual that this story is about is young, 22-year-old guy, and he was raked over the coals for his poor decisions. We've all made poor decisions in the mountains, but what if we're afraid to call for help because we're afraid of social media backlash, or we're afraid of the backlash of our friends and family, of the community? When this happens, when people see the shame that is put upon somebody for making some poor decisions, they realize they screwed up. They really did. They realize it. They called 911 for help with their tail between their legs. But what if they waited longer? What if they waited longer because they were afraid of how they would be judged? I think SAR teams should not use shame. I think this Department of Fish and Game or whatever, I think national parks, I think state parks, Forest Service, sheriff's departments, SAR teams, I think we need to treat people with kindness, and we need to expect that some people are going to make mistakes, and we need to avoid shame and instead talk about how the mistakes happened in order to avoid them in the future. When we shame people, sometimes people don't report. Sometimes people don't tell each other what happened. Sometimes they're afraid to get help, and sometimes that leads to death.